Welcome to the first video in a series of videos as we work through developing an old school RPG in Unreal Engine 5 with the assistance of AI. Going to be doing some vibe coding and seeing how far we can get in a mechanically retro kind of RPG, but with some modern quality of life features and whatnot. So let's get started with setting up our project. Do that. Let's start opening up Epic and get our project. Right, let's launch. In this first video, what we're going to be looking to accomplish is essentially get the game to a point where we know we can build it. We've got the basics, everything there, and we're ready to turn it over to the AI to start kind of generating some of our systems. I'm going to start this series using Gemini 2.5 Pro. It's kind of our AI choice. I've worked in the past with Claude. I am generally happy with what kind of code Claude creates, but I want to play around with Gemini. I've heard some good things about Gemini as far as its code generation, and it's got this new code folders functionality, and I want to try just kind of pointing the application to that, seeing how it works, and maybe if I get good enough code out of it, or kind of see what we come across, kind of compare it to Claude, and hopefully have less issues where I get shut out of using the AI. As folks, if anybody's used Claude in larger projects, you can suddenly get timed out relatively easily. But all right, let's go. We are not going to be on C drive. We're going to go to D, development projects is where this. The name of the game that we're creating is Whispering Vale. We'll have more details about the game and whatnot as the videos go along. And I might create a dedicated video just kind of going over the general story and the general, kind of what we're looking to accomplish. But we are going to do a C++ program. Target platform is desktop, quality preset maximum, and we do want to include the starter content. So let's go ahead and create that. And it'll take it a second here to get all those files created, and then it will do a build for it. I'm not really approaching this too much from the standpoint of a how-to or a tutorial, just more kind of a devlog. So I probably won't be going into too many details on getting specific environment stuff set up for doing Unreal development in C++ or anything like that. But folks are free to ask questions in the comments, or if that's something that people feel they would like to see, I can look at creating videos on kind of getting set up from scratch and whatnot. All right. File, loading up the project, and There we go. And we have all of our default stuff for the first person map. All of which I am now going to have. So first thing I want to do is to go ahead and close the editor. And I want to go to this way, File Explorer. And it's just easier to delete these with the editor closed. And from like File Explorer, because when you have the project open, it can hold on to a lot of this content. Makes it difficult to just get rid of all the things you need. But we do not need a first-person weapon or first-person arms or the entire first-person project. So we're just going to delete all of those files. And then at that point, we can go back and up the editor. And we are back in the editor. And so now in here, we've just got our level prototyping folder that has some basic kind of like materials and textures and some meshes that might be handy as we kind of start laying out the game. And then we've got our starter content, which gives us some more props and shapes and what that we can make use of as we are developing out our system. And in fact, we will be making a lot of use of the architecture stuff that comes in the starter content, especially the floor, the 400 by 400 floor, 400 by 400 wall, all the different walls. Those are our main ones. Pillar, we might look at pulling that in down the road. But that's our start. I've got the project all set up in there. Oh, one thing I wanted to do first is underneath content. Let's go ahead and create a new folder. Screen Veil, and that's where we'll kind of build our content for our game. So let's have a levels folder. Let's go ahead. Main menu. That, yes, save it. Go. That's our menu. We can go into project settings. And I never remember what this is. Some modes at startup map. Yeah. And we can set up our startup map to be our main menu, since that's where we're starting on. So we'll get a basic kind of main menu set up and going initially, and then once we have that, main focus of a lot of the initial videos in this series are going to be getting the level editor up and going. So game is a old school RPG, kind of in the vein of the original Bard's Tales or the SSI Gold Box games. So there'll be a first person view will be the majority of the screen, grid-based movement, that sort of stuff. But you will have a party of up to 6 characters. There'll be a lot of text in the game, a lot of text descriptions of things, interacting kind of in that old school manner. Yeah, all that. But so now with that, we want to next, let's pop up our editor, which I'm using Writer as my editor because I can't stand Visual Studio. And yes, we want to trust and open. And this will take a minute for it to get all the projects open. Exclude the folder from virus checking just to keep things snappy. And first load of the project always takes a little bit, but then after that, once it's done the initial load of the projects, it's quite snappy from then on. Just got to give it a minute. Into the editor now. Minimized. We've got the source of our game, and one of the things that we're going to want to do in that to coincide with the directories that we deleted out of the project content, we do not need weapon component, a projectile, a pickup component. So we can just delete those files. It's in the character is in the includes. There is a reference to the Whispering Veil projectile. This, so we can get rid of that. See if we're able to compile. And you can see we're set up with live coding in the editor. So as this compiles, the editor automatically changes. Done and done. Build worked. So that's it for step one. We've got a base project. We've got our C++ ready to go. We can compile the code. The editor is up and running. We've got spots for directory set up, our initial main menu level. And so next episode, we will be jumping in and getting Gemini introduced to the project, getting all that stuff set up, getting it the information it needs about the game, the systems, what we're looking to do, what we're looking to set up, and we'll start generating some code, start getting vibing, and see if we can start making a game. If you want to see more, make sure that you click that subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified when new videos come out. My plan at this point, subject to life, is to have videos coming out relatively regularly, potentially as many as one a day. We'll see how quickly that gets up, but I'm planning on working on this every day and keeping all of you informed as to the progress and things are going. So feel free to like, subscribe, comment, all the standards. And yeah, next episode we'll start vibing.